tuning into the Static Dreams channel. My name is Joshua and I'll be your guide. Tonight we're doing a weekly tarot reading for all those in the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And this is going to be for the week of November 10th through November 14th. It's going to be a general tarot reading, so we're going to see what comes through, whether it's love, career, finance, etc. We'll see what the universe has to say. Cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Okay? So, that being said, let's go ahead and get right to it. Okay, Capricorn? Let's see what's going on. Fellow Earth sign. I'm a Virgo sign myself. Let's see. Give it to my other Earth sign. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, it doesn't want to talk, huh? Thinking about talking, don't. Wake up. There you go. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay. We got High Priestess starting off the front of the week on Monday. Ooh, Tuesday we got a Tower coming in. Okay, don't freak out. Don't worry. Towers are good. They just kind of push you in the right direction, and I'll explain later. We got the Five of Cups coming in on Wednesday. That makes sense with the Tower being in on Tuesday. Okay, we'll get into that in just a moment. Seven of Cups coming in on Thursday. Wow, this is looking like a pivotal week for you, Capricorn. So let's continue on. Lots of fire and water non-stop here. Let's take a look. Oh, and we got the Ten of Cups on Friday. Look at that. With the Eight of Pentacles in the shadow. Okay. So it looks like it's going to be a very interesting week indeed. Let's see what's going on. All right. Okie dokie. Let's take a look. So we'll start on Monday, but before that, I've been telling the other signs that I've been reading for that we need to find a name for my little co-host here. I love cats, and I was given this little gift, this little totem. So please drop a name suggestion in the comments. I want to get one chosen before we reach your season, Capricorn, okay? Because currently we're in Scorpio. At the time of this filming, going to Sagittarius, I want to get a name before that, okay? So let's continue onward. What do we got? Okay, so it looks like with the Eight of Pentacles in the past, and again, I kind of am more of an intuitive reader. I don't really follow a constant spread. I go with the flow and the energy. I'm an empath. I've been one since a child. I read energies, I feel them. I read it how I see it as well, okay? So just gotta roll with me. So, Eight of Pentacles in the past, you're a master of what you do. Master craftsman. You could be an artist, you could be a lawyer, you could be a salesman. You're just great at what you do. Okay, this is mastery on all levels. And this has earth in it, you have earth in it, so it's your card. Okay. Underneath that, looks like you dealt with the King of Swords. An air sign. Somebody with a replacement, so. Okay. The swords are all about thinking and, circulating in their mind about making a choice, things of that nature. Words, okay, could be air as well. Generally, with a king, they are very, it's very head over heart, but with the king, it's very mature energy. It's very much, this is the way it is. No messing around. Queens are all about nurturing a certain aspect. For example, if this was a Queen of Swords, she'd be nurturing this thought. She'd be nurturing her feelings. She'd be getting ready to take that action. Kings is all about boom. This is it. So it looks like somebody laid down the sword, so to speak, on you. An air sign or some with air placements. Prior to that, it was a Queen of Cups. Nurturing. This is what I was saying about a queen. Yeah, interesting. Nurturing feelings. Looks like you're working together with somebody. Somebody with earth placements, so just couldn't be you and another individual. Could be a third-party energy. Totally could be a third-party energy, too. And then we'll pull one more from the past. Six of Pentacles. Now, this is usually a good card, okay? It's about sharing wealth. It's about donating to the poor, things of that nature. But in some instances, like this one that I'm seeing, this could also mean that somebody was probably giving to somebody else other than you. Third party energy, just like the three of Pentacles we just saw. And it's interesting because I hate to keep on going back. This is kind of intuitively reading. We had the Hermit card underneath. This is a Virgo card. Were you dealing with a Virgo, or was your air sign dealing with a Virgo? Hence the three-party energy, because here's your card right here. There's your power card. It was in the reverse underneath, so it looks like your person, that air sign, possibly might have been dealing with you, a Virgo, at the same time. That's interesting. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. Put that back there before we get too deep in on the past. But it looks like as of right now, you're just hammering away, hammering away, hammering away. So, for Monday, we got the High Priestess. High Priestess is it's like the moon. It's like the moon card, for example. It's just very much intuition. It's seeing the light in the dark. It's having an epiphany. It's having a dream that kind of awakens a new reality, a new way of thinking. Very similar to the Hangman, okay? But this is more intuitive. You don't have to turn the world on its head to get the idea, of something, looking at something at a different point of view like the Hangman does. High Priestess is all intuition. It's epiphany, a dream, an awakening, so to speak. Okay. Interesting. It's very feminine. It has a lot of feminine power, okay? And this, you can either be feminine or masculine, doesn't matter. Take it as it resonates. Tarot is fluid. So, since we're reading on the standard Smith & Wade Tarot, for this, we are actually going to go get some emphasis on these cards with my old deck that I haven't came across in a long time. I got this many years ago. Okay, it was gifted to me. It's an Impressionist Tarot from Corinne Keener, right here. And if you like Van Gogh or Impressionist arts, I highly recommend you look for this tarot deck. It's beautiful. It's really hard to find. I tried looking for it already on Amazon and Etsy and all these other places, eBay. I can't find it. So if you can find it, get your hands on it. Okay, it's a great deck. I just started playing with it again recently, and I forgot how much I loved it. So, and being an oil painter like myself, I enjoy Impressionist painting. So we're going to continue on. What do we got for the High Priestess? The Magician. You definitely were dealing with a Virgo and a Gemini. Holy crap. When I'm right, I'm right. Look at that. So you got that intuition. And then we already talked about, in the past, that air sign, cutting a sword, cutting a tie, making a choice. And then there's a Hermit card, and there's a Capricorn card right underneath it, your power card, and then Virgo's power card. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lover showed up. That'd be even more of a, what you call a big light bulb moment going off. But yeah, Magician, manifesting in action. She has all the tools of her trade right here. Everything she needs to manifest an idea or an action or a person. Again, this is a Virgo and Gemini card. So it looks like you were dealing with them. What's going on? Got some intuition about it on Monday? So Gemini was past, so was Virgo. Is that coming up around again? I wonder. So let's go ahead and jump into this to Tuesday. Tuesday we got the Tower. Fire energy, explosions, catastrophes. Now, it's not going to literally be a gigantic catastrophe. Might be, I don't know. But tarot, when it comes down to the Tower, it's really explaining that you're getting pushed back on a path. You're on a shaky foundation, shaky ground. You don't belong there, and you're not listening to the universe and the divine, God, whoever you want to pray to. Buddha. It was 25 foot. Mr. Potato Head. Whatever you pray to, I don't care. Okay, but you weren't listening to that divine. You were on this weird path. You kept saying, no, I'll listen later. You got all these signs coming down the road, okay? And then the divine's like, nope, you ain't listening, so I'm going to push you off your bike. And you're going to roll in the grass so you don't fall, or that broken bridge that's coming up and, D-I-E into the water, in the water below. That's what it is. So that's coming in. Sudden change, you ain't going to see this coming at all. And this is an arcana. We already got 1, 2, 3 major arcanas. And I mean, we're not even talking about the 2 in the past. Okay, so it's just, we got 3 major arcanas already. So this is going to be a very powerful, pivotal, life-changing week so far. Okay. All the other signs, they've got maybe 1 or none, maybe 2, but you already got 3. So this is intense. I think Virgo and Gemini are the only ones that got two arcanas or something like that. I have to go check. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. So that's what I'm thinking. You're dealing with those 2 or some of those placements. Yep, look at that. Wheel of Fortune coming in. So you got the Tower, which leads to the Wheel of Fortune. Good pairing. Because after this explosion, this upheaval happens, boom, that wheel starts turning again. Getting right back on track. Okay? Even if you might be going to the down part of the wheel and smashing into the mud, that's fine. We all go through that. It's part about life. But you're going to start circling back around again. Okay, that's good. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and continue on with Wednesday. This is a very interesting read so far, Capricorn. Very interesting read indeed. So Wednesday we got the 5 of Cups, and that makes a lot of sense. You know, after this intuition happens over this magician action, Virgo Gemini energy. We got that Tower coming right on Tuesday. Boom, something happens, sets that wheel in motion again, and there you are, looking at your spilled cups, but not realizing you got something in you. Lots of emotion in this. It's disappointment, loss, grieving, not a disappointment, not realizing what you still have, something was taken away from you. Okay, is that Virgo and Gemini coming back around, or playing another part in your life? Thought it was over. It's not over, is it? Doesn't seem to be. Otherwise, the Tower wouldn't show up. Maybe something's trying to snap you out of it. Could you have been involved with either a Gemini or Virgo? Either romantically or platonically. Because this is looking like a love reading. This is not looking like a work reading. There's too much water up here. Except for the Pentacles, right? Because you were concentrating on work, but now all this happened. Do they get back? Do that cycle repeat? Because wheels do represent cycles. So it looks like maybe you didn't learn your lesson about something. So the Tower had to come back in. See if we get you back on track. Well, and then one thing about cycles, they're going to keep repeating until you learn that lesson. So we got the 5 of Cups on Wednesday. A lot of water energy. Dealing with somebody with water placements. You got water in your chart. Let's take a look. How can we emphasize this? Interesting. And I don't read reversals. Sometimes I do, but right now I haven't been feeling it. So just kind of reading the right version. Got the 8 of Cups right after that. So, which is good. It's like the sadness of that explosion, that chaotic explosion that just happened, with the Tower. And the 5 of Cups throws you into the 8 of Cups. Now you're walking away from it. You're like, oh no, this happened again. I was just with this person. We broke up. Got divorced or whatever. I still had feelings for them. I was trying to coax them back into my life. This Gemini or Virgo placement or whatever. And all of a sudden, here comes that another Gemini Virgo placement. That one that possibly they were messing around. You find out that they're still together or getting back together. And even though you're trying to coax this Gemini energy back into your life, and that's what the explosion is, because you just found out they don't want to be with you. I'm just giving an example, kind of going off on a weird tangent, okay? Take it as it resonates. And all of a sudden, after that explosion happens, if they don't want to be with you, find out about them again, after you try to rekindle that relationship with that Gemini energy, Virgo came back in, nope, that's going to happen, wheel starts rolling again, because that's not the path you're supposed to be on, obviously. Otherwise you wouldn't be in this 5 of Cup energy. Luckily, you jump into the 8 of Cups, so you're like, okay, you know what? I'm over this. I'm out. Okay, that's what the 8 of Cups says they're leaving. Because after this disappointment happens, you still see those cups, but you're out of there, taking that train, you're gone. Had enough. That's good. That's good, Capricorn. You're getting into better energy. Okay, getting back on track. That's where we want to be. That's where we want to be. Want to go down the right life path for you. Okay. Sometimes you need a kick in the butt by the universe, but it's okay. It's all for the better good. All for the better good of yourself. Now we got the Seven of Cups crossed by the Nine of Pentacles. Look at that. Seven of Cups, all about choices. So many choices. Which choice should I make? You know, which door has the $50,000? You know what I mean? And which door has, you know, the tube of toothpaste? I don't know which one to choose. You know, it's like you're trying to decide which path is for you. It's great. A lot of water energy again. A lot of water energy. It's also a Scorpio card, but you know, it's water. Somebody's water placements is all totally fine. But look at this. We got the Nine of Cups coming right in here. Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment. Love. Red wine and the good beer and the sweet, sweet sugar of that, the best red Kool-Aid you'll ever drink. You know what I mean? Whatever you're into. You know, it's peace and happiness. It's like you making that right choice. You having to go through this tower, which leads to that wheel, getting you back on track, is disappointing, but you're leaving that disappointment to make a choice that leads you to your Nine of Cups finally. Finally, Capricorn. Sometimes we're not meant to be with people. That's just the way it is. You can love them all you want. Believe me, I've been through it. You can feel that you found your soulmate, and sometimes you do. You know, we have many soulmates in this life. We have many twin flames. Doesn't mean we have to continue on with them. You know, sometimes they're in our life for a day. Sometimes they're in for a season. And very, very rarely are they in for a lifetime. Okay? And they're here to teach us lessons. And if we don't learn those lessons, that tower comes in. The wheel starts turning again. Get us back on track. That's what's happening to you, Capricorn. Getting you back on track, which is great. Because now you're in that Nine of Cups energy. On by Thursday. Okay? It's going to be a rough start to the week. And then on Thursday, back in the Nine of Cups. Okay, following your wish fulfillment. It's fantastic. And then, look, on Friday you end with the Ten of Cups, one of the best cards in the deck. Everybody loves this card besides the Nine of Cups. The Ten of Cups is the best, and the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun. You got the Ten of Cups. That's peace and happiness, happy, home, children, you know what I mean? Everything that you could ever want. But you have to go through that tower first. You know? Don't be afraid of it. You obviously didn't learn your lesson, otherwise the tower wouldn't be showing up, like I said already. You have to go through it. It's baptism by fire, as I've heard it be called before. You know, it's you have to go through that portal of fire to get to this. You have to. No other choice. Because the last thing you want to do is go back on that cycle on the wheel and go through that tower all over again. You don't want that. Okay? And you'll go through that tower as many times as it takes for you to get on track. And believe me, you don't want to do more than once or twice. Okay? It's not something you want to do. Alright, so let's see what's going in and crossing the Ten of Cups. What's crossing the Ten of Cups? Ooh, man, that plot just keeps getting thicker. Heartbreak. The Three of Swords. Notice how the swords are going through the sunflower on this one. Air energy. It's that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Probably a Gemini, though, because since I saw those cards passed. Putting those daggers through your heart. Friday. After you go through that tower, you get that intuition. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and read everything, kind of get a basic. In the past, you're hardworking, got hit hard by a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. It was very stern, head over heart, made a decision. Even though you wanted to nurture this with the Queen of Cups, you wanted to nurture that love. I mean, and then possible third party that you found out about. Yep. Especially third party when it comes to the Six of Pentacles, somebody was giving somebody else. And it could have been more than likely a Virgo, because there's your Capricorn card right next to it. It was in reverse when I saw the thing. So that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy was given to a Virgo possibly, or some of the Virgo placements, Earth energy. You need to know about it, and you found out about it. Then, which leads us to Monday. That's in the past. Which leads us to Monday. You get a light bulb moment, epiphany, followed by the Magician. You know that they're still together. You know that they still want each other. Okay, this could have happened 10 years ago, and even then, you've been trying to get back with that Gemini energy or Gemini placement. it's not happening. Because those two that are ruled by Mercury, Gemini and Virgo, this is their card. And that epiphany leads to a total collapse in your life. Fire, destruction, foundation crumbles. Your whole thought process of what love should be and what you really wanted sets that wheel to turn again. Because that's the lesson you had to learn. That you weren't supposed to be with that person, more than likely. Like I said, I'm just kind of going on an example of what I'm reading. Take it out as how it resonates. And then that on Wednesday, after that devastation, leads right to the Five of Cups. Looking at what you missed, disappointed. Not seeing those cups behind you. Not seeing that love that's still there for you from somebody else. Could be a child, you know. Could be a family member, you know. Not seeing that. So you jump on that Eight of Cups, that train. You're out. You're like, I'm done. Wash my hands of this situation. Great. A lot of water energy. Then on Thursday, by Thursday, you're making a choice for yourself. Seven of Cups. Trying to figure out what's right choices for you. But that choice is wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups. Going for your wish. Going for your happy thoughts, your happy place. You know? Even if it's just you. Because in the standard Smith-Wick Tarot, the Nine of Cups, it's an individual sitting down. He looks very much like John Travolta, which is kind of funny. But he's sitting down just in the middle, and he has a bunch of cups all around him. But he's by himself. Unlike the Ten of Cups, there's two people in a family. Just by himself. Maybe that's what you need. Just be by yourself for a bit. Maybe that's your Nine of Cups. Maybe that's your Ten of Cups. Okay, it's different for everybody. Then by Friday, you got that Ten of Cups energy coming in. Boom, lots of water, lots of happiness, lots of peace. Then you got that betrayal coming right back in. That air sign. Right through the heart. And that's a lesson you had to learn. You had to get rid of those feelings for this air placement. Because in the end, all you need is yourself, that Nine of Cups, to get your 10. Because that betrayal that came through. Take it as it resonates, but that's how I'm reading it. Okay? You're going to be okay, Capricorn. That wheel's turning in your favor. Once that tower falls, it's as worse as it's going to get. Just don't repeat that same cycle of the wheel and go back to them. That air placement, because it's going to be the same old thing all over again. Okay? Don't. You don't need more drama in your life. Okay? You want your 10 of Cups after that betrayal, okay? Get that 10 of Cups. Make the right choice. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let's take a Cat Mythos Oracle card from Catherine Capriano. Okay. I love kitties. I'll introduce my kitties in a future episode. Okay, two black cats, and they're wonderful. So, and I want to get more because I'm a cat person. That's just who I am. Grew up with cats all my life. So let's go ahead and continue on with the Cat Mythos. Let's see what's going on. Look at that. We got Smoke, Fire, and Stars. Smoke, Fire, and Stars. Look at that. Look at those fluffy little kitties. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and read this myth. I know we're running a little bit longer than the rest of the thing, but this was a really in-depth reading. I'm sorry, stick with me, okay? Almost done, Capricorn. I want to make sure I get everything I can for you. Inner strength. Like smoke and flames, your desires too good to run deep. Be grateful for the strength and inner guidance that it presents. Inner guidance that it presents. Inner strength. Perfect. That's perfect with this reading. Spirit is on it tonight. Okay? Find that inner strength within you to get that 10 of Cups. Okay? Find it. It's inside of you. And then let's go ahead and read one last oracle, and then we'll get some numbers and letters for you, okay? This is from the Tangled Love Oracle deck. I have a feeling what it's going to say. I can only guess. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Let's see. Alright, what do we got? Reconciliation. Putting in the work. Better communication. Getting back together. Equal give and take. Maybe you're reconciling with an old past love. It might be reconciling with that arrow energy. I don't know. Maybe you're just coming to a truce. Letting things go. Reconciliation doesn't always have to mean getting back together. In this case, I don't think it's going to happen. Just kind of with the cards playing out. But, you know, having better communication with one another, letting them go, that's a perfect communication. You know, you can't hold on to somebody that tightly. It's like going to the ocean or you know, standing on a beach and grabbing a handful of sand. If you squeeze that sand as hard as you can so you don't let it go, it's going to leak through your fingers. But if you hold it in the story, just cup it and it'll stay there. Okay? Can't hold on to somebody. Let them go. If they belong to you, they'll come back. If they don't, fail, lead right back to that tower. That wheel will hit it again. The universe will take care of it and remove them. Okay? Just remember that. The universe has got your back always. Always. Alright, so let's see who you might be dealing with. Oh, let's do that again because I touched it. Alright, so what do we got? We got a number 5. So you might be dealing with somebody who was born in the 5th month. Okay, or the 5th day of the 5th month. So Gemini right there. Bang. Hello. And then we got Scorpio. And we got you right there, Capricorn. Interesting. You might be dealing with somebody Scorpio placements. You might be having Scorpio placements. Get some numbers real quick. Alright, so we got 10, we got 11, look at that. We got 9, we got 10. We got 10 and 9, so 19. You could have been 19 when you met them, you could have been born on the 19th day of the month. They could have been born on the 19th day of the month. Take that as it resonates, you know, see what that means to you. Or 19th could be relevant in some way. You could have got married on the 19th, I don't know. You know, it's a weird day to get married, but whatever. And let's pull some letters. I'm a letter hats. What do we got? All right, so we're dealing with individuals with letters in their names of E, H, F, E, R, and W. Okay, take that how it resonates. Again, leave the rest if it doesn't go ahead and apply to you. But definitely, I'm so grateful that I got to read for you today, Capricorn. It's going to be a crazy week for you, but I have a feeling you're going to get right back on the path you need to be on. Okay? Again, this is the Static Dreams channel. My name is Joshua. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good week.